Doing the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, and Greg is in today. He just
Greg came in. He was awake anyway.
Well,
probably eating.
I had to having to work twice as much since Broomhilda seems to be on an extended.
She ain't coming tomorrow.
No, she ain't coming tomorrow. So now I'm having to double up twice the load.
It is
something about I ain't trying to stir up nothing, but ever since she got unemployed, boy, she just. Odie always said just hit bottom. I mean,
that's what's happened.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
Waiting by the mailbox.
Oh boy.
Waiting for that monthly donation.
I'm just.
That's what she's doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, and every week it's a different excuse. Had to have her broom lined up, then she had to get it.
Imagine what that other husband's going through now. She's not contributing to the household. She's not helping out there. And I bet she's draining that checking account.
I reckon she sits around with that avocado stuff all over her face and them cucumbers on her eyes, do you?
Are y'all saying that she might be a little high maintenance?
Huh? No, we would never say that. No, that's not like us.
Them's imported cucumbers.
All the way from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, have mercy. Good morning. It is today is Thursday. As we'll get into all the highlights of what's happened over the last 24 hours. We have had our 11th murder of the year. We'll get into that. Don't rush off on that. We'll explain what happened to the best of our knowledge and what not to do after gunfire. It could cause serious implications for you. Just keep that in mind. As we get today underway, we do expect thunderstorms this afternoon. Anytime after 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and that window of 9 p.m., they probably got a little bit longer than it is, but that's what the National Weather Service tells us. We'll get you updated on all of that. How was y'all's evening? Anything big y'all do?
Well, it's snuck through with that weather, and I kind of got up and just kind of looked at the radar and laid there and watched TV for a minute till it passed by and made sure everything was all right. But
that one surprised me. It was all of a sudden. I thought there was a wreck or something. I heard that boom.
I'm glad I cut grass yesterday evening.
Yeah, you can cut it again this afternoon.
Yeah.
That's just growing.
Man, it is flat growing. I mean, it is getting it. But that weather last night was weird now because it was moving from the southeast, moving northwest, and that ain't normally.
That's not normal.
When I clicked on my phone, I thought, well, it's over with. Then it kept on. I thought, well, no, it's just now getting here.
Yeah. I got tons of pictures of limbs blown down overnight. To my knowledge, there was no power outages, but boy, it sure did. Now, keep this in mind. We've had 2 accidents already this morning. Streets are wet. You take a curve, you have any type of slick tire, it's just going to...
Just slow down.
And who doesn't put off buying tires? You just don't think of it every day.
Kind of like windshield wipers. You don't think about them until it rains.
Until it goes, eek,
and then you go, last time it rained, I said I needed to buy some.
And then you see that piece of rubber start coming off as it goes across the windshield.
Yeah.
Odie's so tight, he'll take an old pair of socks and put over them wipers and get another month out of them.
It gave him a little extra time.
That's right. And then he wants to buy them wiper blades one at a time. Well, you don't sit on the passenger side, you know.
If you buy a 2-pack, that's 2 trucks.
Yes.
I mean, you soak a sock in Rain-X and tie it on real good.
It'll work, huh?
Zip tied it.
Man, I'm telling you, well, yeah. I mean, now you're not going to use string.
And
I'll teach y'all how to be.
Tell me that I'm getting the feeling this ain't even a joke.
No, he's thrifty. I mean, very, very Very thrifty.
There's another word that I can tell in Greg's face he's wanting to use to describe you. He's just not going there. We're going to try to find the inner Greg to let him release that this
I'm
morning.
responsible for taxpayers' money, and I have to
A
pay
sock?
that. So,
A sock?
Well, I got it for free down at the local
Yeah.
hand-me-down store. So that didn't cost anything.
See, you're going to make me use a word in a minute. Greg, get him.
Can't
You
help
know,
it.
see, it takes at least
Cheap.
once a month. I have to go in the bathroom and separate that two-ply out.
That's bad. Last night, as we mentioned, a 79-year-old man was put to death in the great state of Mississippi. He was responsible for a killing that happened in 1976. He was sentenced to death in 1977. He's been on the death row since then. This is him. This is the young lady here that lost her life. She was a banker's wife. She was kidnapped and then hauled off and murdered.
But now you answer something.
Okay.
That's 49 years ago.
That's it. And he admitted to doing this. So this was not
It was a
something that
number.
they had to say,
So,
okay, we
so
proved it.
we fed him, clothed him, kept his teeth cleaned and fixed.
Oh, all his health
Probably got him
bills.
a education and all that.
Oh, yeah, he's a doctor in something, probably.
49 years.
Let me show you what he looked
No,
like.
we need to install an express lane.
Yes, sir. I agree with that.
100%. I believe they have a right to go back to court.
Absolutely. That you need to
But
be
you got-
100% sure that
That's
you
right.
got the right one. Don't get me
Court's
wrong.
over. You got 6 months to be back in court. All right, you got one more. You got 6 more months. 1 year's over with. It's time to go to see the
Clean
main
house.
judge.
I mean, 50 years,
that's a long
people.
time.
Not only that, that family had to look and listen and watch the news stories for 49, 50 years on this fella that murdered their loved one for 49. You're dragging them through the mud every day
and
for
somebody's gonna
49
complain
years.
that, well, now you know, killing him. Or,
they had a group. I don't know if y'all saw this. They had a group out live of Parchman last night in a circle chanting, trying to have it stopped, and they went Facebook Live trying to cause as much ruckus as they could to stop it. It didn't. If I am not mistaken, this guy was sentenced because they kept appealing it, and every time they said no, there's evidence every single time over this long period of nearly 50 years.
it's not humane to take his life. Well, it wasn't humane what he did to
Exactly.
that lady or that family. I'm sorry how you feel. You didn't think about that when you were dealing with that lady. We ought not care.
And if it was one of their loved ones, I don't think it'd be in that group.
But here's another
yeah.
thing. That last minute few hours that Biden was in office, he cleaned out some federal death rows of people that were on there that done horrible crimes like this.
Well, now to his benefit, that wasn't him.
May not have been, but it still happened. From
But
the
it
White
happened
House.
with that,
Did you realize that
auto
in
pen.
Mississippi over the last 10 years, there's only been 3 in 10 years? That's not a lot there. And we got a lot of people on that.
Let's say we bring old Sparky back.
But that's
Well, they need to go to Texas and
They,
watch how they do it. They got an express lane in Texas.
Is old Sparky still down there at the theater?
yeah. I don't know
You know,
either.
it used to be downstairs at the Riley Center in the basement.
I don't know. We'll have to ask and inquire. I'd like to see
Yeah.
it. See if that does exist there. But that's one of the things that happened overnight there as we get this day underway there. Already 10 minutes after, we'll get into everything local that happened yesterday. Don't rush off. We'll fill you in next.
Spring is here. It's time to get your lawn looking its best with Kubota mowers. Parish Tractor's Kubota Z232 KW42 is the perfect mower for a pristine lawn. And now, you can own one with payments as low as $95 a month. Visit Parish Tractor today and take advantage of this amazing offer. 2.99% APR financing now through 6/30/25. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
More than a tractor store.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. They carry the Nixon tire with free roadside hazard service, along with high-tread used tires. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Welcome back. Glad to see everybody as we begin this Thursday morning together. As we mentioned, streets are wet. Let's go to Neshoba County first. We have an accident there. This is going to be on Highway 482 near County Road 1723. MHP on scene. Let's get a little zoomer in on that. Boy, that's gone.
Yeah, that's tough right there. No.
There's a different angle of it there. We got us a cooler there sitting on the side of the road. We also had an accident that took place this morning in Kemper County. Let me show you this. This is right before you reach Highway 493 through. Don't give me that look over there. Y'all don't know how I get picked on behind the scenes here. This was near Vent Houston Road. Just west of downtown DeKalb, as we see here. Right there is where that wreck happened there. It had entrapment. Someone was ejected from the car, blocked the road for about 45 minutes or so.
Prayers for everybody involved in both of those.
Now, the road has been opened back up, and everybody is good. Now, one thing that we want to talk about that happened last night, this was around midnight. Gunshots rang out. It sounded at first, because at first I put no life-threatening injuries with this when it first came about. And as the investigation began, we would find out, well, it was much more than what I originally thought. It was a lot worse. I started getting text after text of, hey, I just heard somewhere between 12 to 20 rounds of fire.
Oh.
So that did happen. Let's just show you where this all went on. Here's the map. Here's Poplar Springs Drive. We had shell casings all through this area here. It was first reported 24th Avenue, right along in here. I got a lot of notes here. At the end of the day, right here, as we look at 27th Avenue, right here, a car would run into a house. It would strike a house. As police arrived on the scene, they would find someone there with a gunshot wound who was running from where it actually happened at. And at some point, loss of blood. We saw that happened back on behind College Drive one time. They wrecked out after you pass out at some point.
Well,
and that's what happened. Now, I don't have all the details of what I'm fixing to tell you. I do know it happened. I don't know the address exactly of where it happened. I've got because I've got two addresses here. Let me look at this.
Did you have something wrote down
All right,
on this?
Poplar Springs Drive.
No.
Around 23rd Avenue, 23rd Street, Poplar Springs Drive, 23rd Avenue, and then 23rd and 25th Avenue is where gunfire was reported. During all of this, and again, I don't know the exact house number that it happened at. All this gunfire breaks out. Somebody runs to a house to go, I need help. They picked the wrong house to go to when gunfire is going out because the homeowner was spooked and apparently returned gunfire of the person running to the house, and they were struck seeking help. Now, several ways to look at this. You hear a lot of gunfire. Do you see somebody running to your house? And yeah, it could turn out ugly.
Well, over the last couple of days, you've heard another murder. Not just last night, but the other day, murder, gunshots everywhere else. Yes, people are scared. People are protecting themselves. It's a sad situation that you're going to ask for help and something like that happens.
Well, it's a shame. But how many times nowadays does somebody run into a house to ask for help? Everybody, including little children, has got cell phones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you see somebody, it's not like it used to be, I got a flat, let me walk down the road and knock on somebody's door to use a phone. We automatically stand guard because you think if somebody's walking up to my door, especially if you're hearing gunfire in the background,
and I'm sure
you're assuming
they're coming to do you bodily harm.
They're coming to do bodily. Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
sure it wasn't
Exactly.
I'm sure it was boom, 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 boom.
Screaming,
Don't
probably.
know. Yeah. So yeah, you startled everybody in that house.
So it did not work out well. And again, the driver, it was a drive-by in some shape or form. We have not gotten all the details. I've got bits and pieces. We need more detailed information, but this is the overall view of what we know happened. They would be rushed to a hospital. The guy in the car, officially pronounced deceased 1:30, somewhere along in there this morning, after he was taken to a local hospital. Now again, let's back this up, y'all. We had a total of 11 murders last year in the city all year long. We are now at 11 homicides in Meridian today.
And
we're only halfway through.
Almost.
And I have to go back to my chart. We're somewhere between 32 to 34 people outside of the 11 that have lost their life that have been shot. So that puts us right at 50 people that have had some form of a lead thrown at them. Does that
include accidental
gunfire?
Discharge on your own?
Because let me explain that. 90% of, not everyone, but there's a large portion that go to the hospital. They go, I accidentally shot myself. How'd you do that in the back?
3 times.
Right.
Well, I practiced before I did it.
Like we had one not long ago. Someone got stabbed in the back through a chair, and it was accidental. Had to have emergency, so it was a serious wound, but it was accidental. The police are, and the police can only, and I have to take it for police on this side of it, they can only do work with the information.
All they got's what they're told.
Yeah. When they drive up and they go, I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, and you ask 4 different people and they tell you 4 different things. I mean, it's all you got to go on.
And why is that done? Because people are scared. It's just plain and simple. Because if they go, John over here done it, well, they're coming back tonight because you told on John because he's got buddies.
Well, they feel safer with him protecting them than they do the police because they know he's going to be right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
And he don't care, obviously.
Exactly. 911, they're 20 minutes away. But these thugs are right here.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean,
summarizes it.
And also what you were talking about on the news, I want people to understand, because a lot of times you get the naysayers and haters and all with misinformation and all that. When you accurately report the news, you give the information you have at that time. But as you know, in these situations, it changes. You get more information in 5 minutes.
But you got to be willing to change the information.
That's right. So what you do is, it's like a timeline. This is what I know at 1 o'clock. This is what I know at 1:05. This is at 1:15. As the story goes, you update it to keep people informed. So they call that accurate reporting is what I say. But
and I agree with that. And that's the way we do it here. Again, in the beginning, I thought this was someone was struck, and it really wasn't that bad. But this turned out to be a humdinger.
That's right.
This is 3 with, is it a week? When did the Burger King thing start?
Saturday.
So within a week, we've had 3 murders. And we're very close to a new mayor taking over. Hopefully we're going to have some direction on this. And you got to have deterrent. Where we're at is no one is scared.
There's
police
no...
are used to, you say the police were coming, everybody...
There's no repercussion. There's no...
And that doesn't have anything to do with the police. Police can arrest 200 people every single day for doing something wrong. But what goes on in a courtroom is where
when they're turned loose quicker than they can do the paperwork.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. We got some really good police officers, but they get a little burnout on that. They can't even get the paperwork done before they done slap the guy on the hand. He's done signed a little piece of paper, and they done let him go.
Here's
so you get to the point, you go, why try?
I won't use the name, but there was a guy arrested for stealing a vehicle. He paid his bond, got out, and stole nothing 2 days later. He might have got struck with a bullet stealing that one. And since then, I think he's stole another one. It's repeat. What happened when he was cuffed, they said, show me your driver's license. And he pulled out a Mississippi Department of Corrections card. That's all he had, his ID, where he'd just gotten out of jail.
This is not funny.
But I am not
But you have
lying.
to
This
laugh and
happened.
cry.
Because there's no consequences for actions. I mean, if you don't, I'm Barney Five-Fist now. Nip it in the bud.
Well, that's what it's got to be, and you've got to have some lawmakers that stand up and say, "Okay, we're fixing. This is the law. This is the way it's going to be. You are going to be held accountable, and the judge you've got between this and this to offer your penalty."
Can I make some people mad real quick?
Why not
The
start?
first time that he was caught stealing that vehicle, if they would have carried him to jail, and instead of being in jail, they was out here making little rocks out of big rocks, or taking a Kaiser blade and cutting these road
Bushes.
banks in this 110. Oh no, that violates their rights. Well, they violating other folks' rights by shooting at them and stealing their stuff.
That's right.
So one hand washes the other. But if it put them out here to cutting these road banks, picking up garbage that we're having to pay people to pick up.
Right.
Here's a thought: a couple of days out there in that 110-degree heat, you'll
wanna do
think
it.
twice about stealing a vehicle.
You ain't gonna go back.
You might even consider getting a job.
You got a point, Greg.
I don't.
But
wanna go back
no,
there.
I'm so sick of hearing rights. What about our rights? What about our rights when they steal from us and break in on us and take what we've worked for? I mean, put
Well, now
them to
they
work.
get an education while they're in there.
Get
Who
the
pays
teeth
for that?
fixed.
We do. We have to pay for our kids and grandkids to go to school. We got to pay for criminals to go get an education. I don't mind having somebody educated on how to build a house, how to run plumbing, how to do HVAC, so when you get out, you can go get you a job.
That's rehabilitation.
That's rehabilitation. But to allow you to go get a 4-year college degree for you can get out, no, I have a problem with that.
I agree.
That shouldn't
My
be.
question is, Rodney made a comment here. It says that Meridian is the 6th most dangerous city, Laurel number 1. Where is that poll? Who did that? I would almost think Jackson is number 1. Now we're high up on it when it comes to per capita. I want to know where you got that information, because I have not seen that.
I don't
I'd like to know
Send
more
that,
about
because
it.
you would publish that right there if it's a.
Yeah, if it's legit, we'll put that out.
But things have got to change. Like Mr. Robert Owen said, laws have got to change, and judges and something. But people, I'm not saying abuse them. I'm not saying do anything wrong, but they need to work. If you get out here and put a little sweat equity into something, you might realize there's more to life than gang banging and stealing stuff.
Used to in prisons, especially throughout the South, they grew their own food.
Amen.
To offset the costs, and you also work.
There you go, violating their rights again.
You're right.
Well, I mean, that's what
Texas,
we're going to look
isn't it
at.
Texas where they do that nice thing where you get to stay in a tent instead of air conditioning?
No, that's
I want to say Angola and Louisiana, they grow all their own stuff.
Yeah, that's a place you hear you don't never even want to visit.
Most people, and they don't have very many repeat customers.
No. And they make, they've got, I guess you can say, arts and crafts. But they sell that
at the rodeo.
At the rodeo.
Great.
And that makes money for that prison. And I think that's the way to do it.
Wherever the jail's
help me
at,
save money.
county, city, state, whatever, we need to fix it where they don't want to come back. It don't need.
Well, why don't we charge? Why don't we put on?
Because they ain't got any money. That's
well, it doesn't matter. But when you get out,
you owe.
You owe. We had to take care of you. The taxpayers had to take care of you. You give us 5% of your pay when you get out until your bill's paid for.
Well, they ain't gonna get a job first when they get out. They're gonna go back and steal another car.
If we make back $1 out of $100, we made $1 back. Yeah. But you put a fee on this stuff right here. It's not free to house them. We didn't put them in there. They did that themselves. It's time we start billing for this crap.
And it's expensive up there. What does it cost? $35 to $50 a day.
$30 to $50 a day.
But now,
depends on their cable package. If they got HBO, Comcast, you know.
But it's more than that, because we'll pay them $80 a day to sit there.
On top of the 55?
The 55 is the actual cost they're about to feed you, to house you, to pay your little light bulb fee. But then we'll pay you $80 to be in there, to go towards your fine. Huh? So we're paying your fine with our own tax dollars? I have a problem with that as well.
lot going on with this, and then as well as now a law is passed, you can't put someone in jail because they can't pay. A lot of judges have been dealing with that also.
Hey, welcome to Kia Meridian.
We're a family-owned business that's been serving the community for 25 years.
If you're looking for a new Kia, we have them. And if we don't, we'll find it.
No stress, no hassle, just the best deals. And right now we can get rates as low as 0%.
Shop local, get the car you want. And be a part of the Kia Meridian family.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Grass cutting season is here, and if you need a new lawnmower, drop in and visit our friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have the size yard you have. Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Visit our friends at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. Welcome back. We got to speak to management. I think Angie Ray, is she doing cutbacks?
She done cut that.
Man, I read that book Odie wrote on how to save money.
Man, it's hot in here today. I don't know what's going on.
I want to touch something. Somebody said that it's hard to get a job if you've got a felony. Well, so we all come in this world, and we should be taught by mom and daddy, however you think about that statement. Mama and daddy should be teaching us right from wrong. Our church should teach us right from wrong. We should also be taught the consequences of things that we do wrong. We're brought up in school being taught what's right, what's not right.
And
we
got
the Ten Commandments. It's not my fault somebody got a felony and can't get a job. It's their fault. They should have known. Mom and daddy should have taught them right from wrong. School should have taught them right from wrong.
No,
church ought to tell them right from wrong. And then they make us feel bad because they can't get a job because they got a felony.
But most of these people don't know who daddy is. They've never been to church. They don't go to school half the time if they do. They're in the office. And
you know, I was talking with somebody at a scene the other day, and it used to be that when a parent failed, a grandparent took over. Now there's no grandparents that to lead these things, but that's where it is.
Yeah, there's no mom and daddy in the family, and that's sad.
Yeah, that is. You got to have number one, because I told you I took that survey that they were doing. I was at Highland Park and I had a young lady come up to me. She goes, "You mind if we take a survey?" And it was, what is causing crime within youth? And my answer was, there's no Jesus. And that is truly where it is.
That's number one.
That's where it starts.
That's number one.
That's what we're doing there. Yesterday I couldn't help but notice a big red fire truck there sitting on 23rd Avenue. Big, had a bunch of guys standing around beside it and smoke pouring out. Oof. As we stopped to find out what happened was, if you'll notice, this car has flat tires.
Yeah.
Did they burn the air out of them?
Huh.
What happened?
Let's look at another picture.
Just flat
here.
on the bottom.
Yep, it sure was. And, who's that there? That would be a fire investigator.
Yeah.
And if you will notice, all four tires are flat. Witnesses say that a female may have been seen with something large and poking tires with a cigarette lighter.
Well, the inside of a car usually don't start on fire first. Fire investigation 101.
There could be a warrant being issued a little bit later today for that. What's that A word I'm thinking of?
Arson.
Oh, look. All right, let's do one-on-one here. Let's test our investigating skills here. Anybody else notice anything with this car? By looking at this picture, do you see any vandalism? Let me word it that way.
Well, you got the...
Look toward the right back of the car there.
Yeah, the door handle's missing.
Yeah.
It first started with door handles being removed on the car. A report was filed there, and each day it was something new until the tires, and it went up and poof. somebody mad.
I'm gonna take your doorknob and you can't get in your car.
He can't go visit another woman if you do that. If he can't get in his car, he can't go see somebody else. Now again, that part I don't know, but it was several vandalisms up on the car over the last few days as what's done happened.
Tires ain't cheap nowadays either.
No,
of course you ain't got to worry about them no more. I don't think you'll need them.
That's a total loss, and I do not know if it had insurance. I don't know any of that, but
yeah.
As we go here, let's go out to Highway 496. We had a horrible accident there yesterday afternoon. Y'all look at this. Head-on collision is what we would have. Let me get here to where it'll show this. Airbags deployed. As we look at this, someone was rushed to the hospital, and a rollover accident as we look at this. Woodard is always on top of anything. The Mississippi Highway Patrol on scene as well. We did have somebody rushed to a hospital for medical care on top of that. So that was one of our bigger wrecks that we had late yesterday afternoon. Also, we got more of those coming up. We're going to, in just a moment, we'll check a little bit in history. What happened today? All that's next at the Scotty Ray Report.
We are at downtown Meridian at Meridian Shoe Factory on 22nd Avenue. They are having a one-time closeout sale on all their old inventory to make room for their new inventory. They have slashed their prices from $40 to $30 to even $20. And for every shoe you buy, your name gets put in the raffle to win a wonderful prize at the end of this month. Come see them Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 to 2.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia at docstoyota.com or on Facebook. And remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Garrett Outfitters on 8th Street is getting you ready for summertime. A large selection of cool hobo shirts. Maybe it's short sleeves. Maybe you need a pair of shorts. If you're going to be cutting grass or maybe riding a tractor this summer, you're going to need a straw hat to keep cool. And as you head to that favorite fishing hole, don't forget you'll need a pocket knife along with a great rod and reel. And if you earn your living in the woods, don't forget to check out their big selection of snake boots, Carhartt pants and shirts for any occasion. It's Garrett Outfitters, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Welcome back, 7:34 on a Thursday morning as we get the day rolling. You ever know that guy that you just feel sorry for? I remember as a kid, even at 6 and 7 years old.
He can't even go to work and get away from it.
But I remember this. I'm serious. I was 6, 7 years old, and I remember going to church. And you ever see the guy that just sits over there this because his wife is constantly just... God rest him. He never had a peaceful day of his life that I know. I think he'd gone off and served our country, and he came back and had to live with that. It was miserable. Even as a kid, I knew it wasn't good. Which brings us to this guy who was born today that we all watched on television. God bless him, he caught it.
That's the biggest smile he ever had.
Richard Bull.
Nails Olson.
He couldn't even go to work and get away from it.
Can you imagine rolling over and looking at Harriet every day of your life? Man, that was rough. That was one mean woman, y'all.
And had a mean young'un, too.
She did, just like her.
That Nellie was something else. Of course, Willie wasn't no saint himself.
You're right. And then you had Charles, his family, who was very humble. Yeah. Glad to be there. But Nails, you remember the episode there where he started selling out of town? He almost didn't come back?
Yeah, so did.
And I knew a situation when be nice to your spouse. You know what I mean? Boy, the room went quiet. Nobody wants to talk.
I'm always nice to my spouse.
I'm not crazy.
That's the way I get to breathe another day.
You start thinking about that bobbin effect if you treat her too bad.
Get you. That's all Odie there.
Oh,
we'll
man.
give you his address if you want to go visit him.
Yeah.
This guy, he was. Do y'all remember in Die Hard the two FBI agents that showed up on scene? You remember the guy that was the cop that discovered it all there at Nakatomi Plaza and went on to be with Steve Urkel?
Yeah.
What was his name? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Carl, I think was the name that he went by on the show.
Something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, the two FBI agents that showed up, there was Johnson & Johnson that were ugly. That guy's got a birthday today. He was in Die Hard. Y'all remember him?
Yeah, I didn't remember what part he played in Die Hard, though.
Oh, he was the two FBI agents that showed up, and he goes, "Don't do that. Don't turn on those lights. They'll be boom, boom, boom." Surely I'm not the only one that remembers that. 1955, somebody went to Biloxi today. It was this guy. It was Elvis.
Yeah.
Caught on to that pretty
and
quick.
who was the girl he was dating?
From Mississippi?
Yeah.
I know, I don't know her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Don't have a clue.
That's all right, Mama. 1970, Chris O'Donnell was born. Y'all remember him?
He was a Mississippi boy, wasn't he?
I don't know. I don't know much about him. He's not one of those that I watch a whole lot.
CSI New Orleans now. Nolans cop.
Nolans. 1973, she was born today. She bought her lingerie over at Walmart. That's how we all got to know her. Because it was half price from Victoria's Secret.
Was that redneck woman?
Yeah, that's her. Have y'all seen her lately?
She's kind of rough looking, ain't she?
Oof. Oof. You kind of got to sneak up on that. Woman will hurt you.
Trade in some of them clothing for a moo-moo.
Sew them together.
Quit making me have thoughts, visuals there. Anybody remember Derek Jeter? He was born in 1974 today.
Yeah, I've got his rookie card.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth much.
I never collected baseball cards.
I mean, I chewed the gum.
It was good.
Yeah.
A lot of people done that. It used to be free. You'd get that and turn out to be. This would be 1976. Of all the songs that's ever been released, it grabs your attention. El Paso, as we go to remember Marty Robbins. There was El Paso and then El Paso City.
Not my...
You didn't get into that one?
No, that's probably two of my least favorite.
Really?
And I like some of Marty Robbins stuff, but no, not
From
the
30,000 feet above the Badlands of New Mexico.
Whatever.
Whatever. It was big. It was huge. It was 1977. This would be the last time that America would get to see this guy. We brought him up just a moment ago. This was it. It would be his last performance. Man. That's it. It happened today. Indianapolis Arena is where it all played out there.
Bling Bling before Bling Bling was cool.
This was an awful movie.
That was funny.
He was awful, Odie.
That was funny.
Do you remember this, Greg? It just had no nothing to it. No meat, no nothing.
No, I didn't.
And I did not enjoy it.
I did not. I didn't care for that one. Oh, front wheel drive GM motorhome.
Green.
Yeah. and you know, and I don't know if you remember this one that came along about that same time. That Private Benjamin. Y'all remember that? That was lackluster. Also.
Yeah. What was her name? Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, that was her.
I don't know.
Yeah, stuff like that is all.
I didn't watch that episode.
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
I didn't. Yeah.
1984. This is one of the greatest that ever come out from this guy. It's where the cowboy rides away. Woo, George Strait, big number one there hit for him. This is you have to give this guy credit of every movie that he ever made. It was realistic. Whether he was driving a car, if he was out on the range, and well, this one's it. Pale Rider premiered today with Clint Eastwood.
Oh man,
wasn't that good? You remember the axe handle scene where he shows up there picking on the little guy loading his wagon, and he picks up that axe handle and takes up on about 10 or 12 of them and teaches them a few laws about hickory.
Clint Eastwood was something else.
Tell you what this history stick will do. Yeah.
Let's see what else happened today. Turn that off. Let's see. But this was.
Yeah, now this was corny.
It was very corny. If y'all remember watching Dragnet, the movie, Dan Aykroyd.
Not the original.
No. Didn't get that episode.
And again, it was very
dry.
Not our pick of movies.
Dry, no.
This was another. Did you like this?
I did, because I tell you, that boot camp reminded me of boot camp.
It was boring to me.
This stuff nowadays, from what I hear, boot camp is nothing. But that was almost just like boot camp.
Maybe, but it wasn't entertaining to me. But a lot, y'all may be with Odie on that. You liked it there.
Which one?
Well, it was a lot of
Full Metal Jacket.
A lot of truth, real life in that one movie.
I remember 1989. Well, I'd met this guy once before because Marty Gamlin came through Meridian and said he had somebody sign. But I can still remember sitting in the chair and opening up the package and looking at it. Had a bunch of songs on it. The first song was Blue Blooded Woman. I thought, well, and I turned around. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah. The album came out today. It was 1989, and it would have all those big hits. Wanted. Yeah. Chasing That Neon Rainbow.
Ooh, he's good.
Do you remember
got one of the best gospel albums I've ever heard.
That is.
Alan Jackson's just.
And on that one, he does a cappella.
I ain't never heard that one. Which song's that?
We call that acapella too.
and the history on that was he had a song on there called Home. I don't know if you remember that. But he wouldn't release it. It was about his parents growing up poor. They got married and they rolled down a building and made a house. Yeah. Joe Diffie at the same time released his very first song called Home. Yeah. Home was a swimming home. Yeah. And they decided not to release it because of Joe Diffie, and it would be 3 or 4 years later that they went back and released Home from that on the Greatest Hits because Alan liked it so much. Thought you might want to know that. This was Step by Step. Y'all, if y'all know that.
I didn't watch that crap.
Bobby, you needed work and you needed it bad.
Now I like this. I kill me. I loved Alf.
Alf, the voice of him, passed away today. I'm not sure that I ever watched.
That wasn't the voice of him.
It wasn't?
No, that was his. That was the guy he lived with on TV.
Okay. I didn't watch that show. It just was not my.
I liked old Alf.
I don't know. I had a choice of Daisy or that, and I went with Daisy. We do remember this woman. We all watched it. She was kind of like waking up to Harriet Olsen. She scared me.
Scared to look at. I just didn't like her.
Beth Chapman passed away. She died from cancer, and it was quick. But she was one tough.
I didn't watch it.
She was one tough hombre, y'all.
I did not watch that.
Well, there you go. We'll be right back.
Celebrating our 7-year anniversary, Al's Garden and Gift is excited to bring you the beautiful colors of spring to your home. So many bedding and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, roses, and other plants that will bring on the colors of spring. It's the perfect time to spend in the yard. Spruce up lawn and flower beds with fresh sod, mulch soils, and pine straw. Then brighten your day with unique gifts in the shop. Spring is here at Al's Garden and Gift. Bloom with happiness.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a Z71 2500 HD? Or maybe you're looking for the Ford F-150 with lots of leg room in it. Plenty of SUVs like the Explorer for the family. Or if you're looking for a gas saver to go back and forth to work, come by and see the mini cars like this Nissan.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with
Squealer's Barbecue. Now I got hungry.
Squealers has always got good food. Speaking of, you'll be opening up in a little while, and what do you got out there nowadays?
Hey, man, we got it all covered. Instead of my local business, I'm going to change it to the Shirt Shack.
Shirt Shack.
We carried a few out there, and people have done a lot more. Look, check this out.
That's the latest tank top for ladies.
Tank top. Of course, now Odie had
Is that your size?
Yeah, Odie had one on this morning, but it's got news never sleeps, and neither do I. I've never seen a more fitting shirt.
Especially for another day.
We've got
regular T-shirts.
We got regular T-shirts. We've got the V-neck T-shirts. We got green. We've got a brick color. We've got pink. We got an assortment of the Scotty Ray latest in summer apparel.
Look at those fancy words.
Summer apparel. 51. Now that shirt's for your size.
Yeah,
so what all sizes do you have?
We've got up to 4X.
Yes, sir. Starting at itty bitty.
That's right. So 5169 Highway 145. I'll be open every day by lunch through about the 5th of July.
Yeah.
So come by and see us and check us out.
If you're feeling 4th of July, you're the man to see.
That's exactly right.
Drop in. Get your shirts while the supplies last out there.
That's right. Everybody needs a Scotty Ray shirt.
Tell them, Greg.
That's right. The thing about people always ask, and they stop us on the call, where do I get a shirt? Well, this is where you're going to get it for about the next week or so.
Yeah.
We got your shirts.
We had a fender bender at B Street and 18th Avenue yesterday afternoon as we looked there.
That's more than a bender.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it got kind of squished there.
That ain't going to buff.
That's not going to buff out, you're right. That happened yesterday. I think one person was taken to be checked out at a local hospital as well. I hadn't gotten an update here in the last little bit.
Yes, Steve, that was a wife beater, he calls it.
I hadn't heard that term in forever.
No, you want one? You can go down there and get one.
Oh, Steve.
You better watch out. You're going to get whooped yourself.
As we go to another, this is definitely fender bender-ish here. It wasn't much to this little scrape there at the Texas turnaround. Wiggins is all over it, y'all.
He's right there with it. All right, so what happened?
Nice kid. He was Officer of the Year last year.
Yes, he was.
As we go here, the Newton Police Department has made an arrest in this. As we updated the story they first put out, we need to know who this is. This dealt with a warrant in connection to shoplifting at Spanky's in Newton, and they have made an arrest there. So
where's Spanky's?
Highway 80.
Spanky's right there at the interstate, at the loop across from.
Oh, okay, across from the Mexican place.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got the Subway sandwich in the shop in it.
Well, there you are. We also went up yesterday. It's been years since I've been inside the training center at on Sand Flat Road, where police are trained and do everything.
Maybe years before you go back.
I hear they didn't want me there yesterday. Interesting. But Sheriff's Department invited me out, and I went to visit with them. Eric Shirley was giving a training yesterday. And let me just slide over here and show you some of these pictures as we got inside there. They were learning, of course, you know that old boy there. They were putting tourniquets on, learning how to use these properly, how to check if someone had a wound, how to pat somebody down to feel. Because a lot of times they'll be wounded and you can't feel where there's blood, and then they taught you how to go through all of this. Great training that will come in handy later on. Let me see here. We got some more pictures there. Yeah, they were patting down there. So a lot learned, and hopefully we'll get some more training going on there again. It's been kind of empty for the last administration, to say the least. Well, I made a room go quiet. Did nobody want to comment on that, did they? Man, I'm the last cowboy in the room on that issue.
But Daniel, if somebody else said go there check your Dieter Jarrett's car, and Daniel's saying that they go from $23 to $2,000, mine probably goes around $14, and it's good shape and one of them hard cases, and it's special. The last time I checked, it wasn't worth much.
Hey, they used to have Elvis cards. Anybody keep up with them?
I didn't have none of them.
They used to come in bubble gum. Elvis. Hey, they had a stolen car recovered yesterday. It would be on 11th Avenue. MPD found that. There's so many stolen cars, y'all, over and over and over. Careful, careful.
Yeah.
We got a pup here. Oh, have you seen Sam?
Sam missing?
Sam is missing there.
Uh-oh.
David Newell Road area.
Yeah.
Sam would like to be back at home with his folks. So if you happen to see Sam somewhere, please let him know. We also got a phone that has been found, Planet Playground. If you lost your phone in that area, we've got that for you. Got a number there that you can call to get your phone back. Describe it, and they'll get you going there. We had a picture sent in, and I got some more. If you're going on vacation, make sure to send us your picture. We like getting those. Wyoming is where we go this morning. Chris is out there.
Wide open stretch.
Ooh,
I don't see no gas stations.
No.
You better take your own Butterfinger.
I don't even see a Dollar General.
It's on the other side of that hill. They can't go that far.
That's a long way
If
out
y'all
there.
go to the beach, be very careful. That's not a lake. It's not a pond. That water is dangerous. It's not just something you jump
And it's
into
got
and
stuff
swim.
swimming in it.
That's fine. I mean, don't splish and splash and all that. Sharks ain't going. They don't like us. You can get down in the water with them. They'll be all right. But look for rip currents. Be careful. Those rip currents can scare you. They can take you out into the water. And if you panic, that's where something can go wrong. So y'all pay attention when you're going to get in the Gulf of America this year. Yep. Just so you can be safe.
Colleen, I'm going to check into this of lack of what we had going on last night. We'll check into this. I've heard 2 comments on this where 911 hung up on someone. We're going to check into this.
Is that something that you went through, Colin, or is that something that you read on somebody else's page? Because we do need to know that.
Yeah, was this a one-time thing or a twice thing?
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes on, and we want to know as much as we can about this. Has anyone been hung up on? Please let us know. If that did happen, we need to know about it. Plain and simple there.
Yep.
Let's see here. We had someone that died in Hattiesburg, which is not really that far from here. They were on a bicycle. They got struck, and they have passed away. It happened late Tuesday night. They have succumbed to their injuries from that accident. That is just horrible for that to happen to anyone.
Yeah.
I didn't get a backstory on this, but as Meridian had their little election, Greg, you were up in Brooksville. What day was it?
Thursday.
You went up, hung out for quite a while there, didn't you?
No, I was there about 5 minutes.
Oh, I thought
you went in by the bakery.
I went and got Barry White a new chariot to carry him around. I went to the Brooksville Bakery, and oh man,
it's good, isn't it?
Ooh, them apple fritters, banana nut bread.
The reason I bring up Brooksville is they had their election just like Meridian did just a few weeks ago. As they're getting ready to be sworn in, ours will be the 30th, which will be Monday, and then they'll take office on the 1st. Had an alderman that was elected. He goes, I done thought about this. Yeah, I ain't fooling with y'all. I ain't coming. So what
do you do?
Here's my thing, and they got to have a special election, and I think he ought
to have to pay for it.
You dadgum right.
Now he was an incumbent, and he has thought about this since and don't want to do it.
Yeah,
says that basically, I guess they can't get along, and he don't want to be a part of it. But you're right. This is going to cost taxpayers a lot of money. If you said you wanted to do it, then by golly, you should.
Well, just sub it out. Get one of your buddies to go.
And you beg for that job. And now, if you go to a hospital, or you have some health issues, or you've got some family problems that will keep you from that, I understand that. But when you just slap out, no, I don't want this job. This ain't going down to a local McDonald's and saying, hey, can I have a job, and 2 days later quit? No. This is
serious.
This is more serious. And then you do it for 2 years and then say, I'm going to retire and go do something else.
Doesn't it roughly cost here anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 to hold a special election?
Because you've got to pay every single person that you've got at every single one of your polling stations. Then you got to pay the people who work inside the courthouse
and then pay what $20-$25 per vote to get people to vote for you. And then,
the machines, those aren't free. The paper that it takes, it takes a lot to put on.
But Greg, they wanted to know, can you go back over those sizes again that you said you had there at your...
I've got from adult small to a 4X, and it's just I don't have every color. I don't have, you know what I'm saying? You just have to kind of come look. Just stop by.
There's a place
12. We close
down
at about 7.
South to the water company, Clarkdale Water Association, will be on your right as you head south on 145. If you look to your left, there's a building got Greg's name on it. Stop by there.
That's right.
That's where he'll be.
And we'll have them, like I said, I'll be there every day until about July the 5th or 6th.
Uh-huh.
Now, we may not be selling shirts July the 4th. I hope we're bad busy. But anyhow, we will see. We're going to do what we can. But right now, we got an abundance. And there's some good-looking shirts.
Come on by. Let's see here. We had someone found in the Rankin County Jail that is deceased. Y'all heard about this?
No.
A 21-year-old. And I do expect today to have the murder that happened, number 10, the 10th murder Meridian that happened when we were out on Tuesday night. We should have the name to be released here in just a little while. I think this is going to be a little bit younger than I was thinking to begin with. And we'll have all that information today to release to get that out. And then, of course, as soon as we get from today's murder, we'll have that name as soon as we can get that from authorities and hopefully find out a little bit more information about what went on with all of this. It's been a string of tragedies the last few days.
All right, they asking how much are the shirts?
$25.
$25.
Come on down, see the man. Hubba. Let's see here. We'll have Sheriff Todd Kemp coming in tomorrow. I don't know where that comes from.
That's knowledge right there.
He is just
He's got it.
dripping with knowledge.
Yes.
I'm telling you. And I always, he thinks I'm joking, but I'm serious. Write a book, man. I mean, this guy.
There ain't enough paper.
No,
he can fill some pages.
And 90% of it's the truth. I mean, he's got it now.
I got to take up for this girl because I can only imagine how this was. Leanne Rhymes, I think we all know her.
Blue,
yeah. She's on concert, and we've all been to a dentist at some point in our life. And I can remember, I had a crown put on one of my front teeth, and it fell out. I looked like I was on hee-haw, but she was in the middle of singing, and her bridge broke and fell out of her mouth, and she yelled, and she ran off stage. And they're picking on her about it. She is human. Things happened. It is not her fault. Leave her alone.
Get her manager come out there. Did anybody see a set of teeth?
Yeah.
I don't know where they went. But bless her. Do I understand? Could that be embarrassing? It absolutely could be. So I feel her pain. They're probably, if you've ever had any dental work, everybody's had something happen.
Oh, yeah.
That's why RW had to quit tussling in town. He kept losing his hearing aids and teeth and stuff.
That's why he likes casseroles so much. Easier to chew.
Soft, yeah.
My question is, does Bud Brown cut up his food for him now? Is that
Feeds
part
him
of
with
his
a
duty?
slingshot, I think.
No, that's his bodyguard.
Yeah.
Just bodyguard. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Hey,
cut
but
up.
I did mention to him, he's been helping out on the farm, feed a fellow's cows, and I told him that if you might have an old hat that you could let him wear.
Yeah, I got several we could hook you
But
up
now,
with.
I want to make sure he wears the full cowboy outfit. He don't need to be wearing them leather chaps with no breeches on.
Sandy, do you like leather chaps?
Somebody asked about what time, and at 5169 Highway 145, 5169 Highway 145. Usually there from 12 to 7:30, 8:30.
Somewhere around that neighborhood.
There's a phone number on the door. If you get there and he ain't there, call him.
Yeah, I live next door.
That's it on the shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll be right there. Ooh.
He's got it on there so he'll know
Wrong
the opposite side.
Duh! Look at it on the screen. I'll have to turn around backwards.
I got my education from.
That's right.
We'll be right back. Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. Greg has been with us all day. I mentioned this during that first 6 o'clock show about, and let me show you the picture here. Here's Marco Rubio, little Marco, trying. What is that not his name?
Well, they usually put it all together.
Rubio.
Yeah.
Okay. Little Marco trying to hold it together there because this guy accidentally let it slip as he was talking to Trump and called him daddy.
Who's your daddy?
General Mark Root said that. He's Secretary of State, and well, daddy's in town, and I think all these other countries are probably going to call him daddy now.
Just for Spain. Spain's wanting to play games with him.
So just something to keep in mind there of what's going on worldwide. We try to keep up with all this stuff so you'll be well aware of what's happening nationwide.
You'll be as educated as we are.
Let's see. I was trying to make sure we didn't forget anything. I think we're caught up on all of our major headlines that are going on. We're good at this point. Don't forget, we'll have an inauguration coming up on Monday at 10 a.m. at the Temple Theater. And then Tuesday will be the first city council meeting where everyone will be sworn in. And then at some point immediately after that, I guess the city council will start voting on what the mayor, who he puts up for jobs, including CEO and police chief and other high-ranking jobs that will lead the city into the year 2025 and to the next 4 years. So all of that is coming. A lot lies on this. Will the city council go with who the mayor wants? As we saw last time, as Chris Reed was not accepted as police chief, it spiraled down after that. Just we'll see.
I hope they've learned from some past mistakes.
Yeah.
All of them. Everybody involved. It'll go a whole lot smoother if you'll work together. You ain't got to agree on everything.
Right.
But instead of just building a wall, whittle on it a little bit. Both of you give a little bit, and everybody wins in the end.
What's that book Donald wrote?
Art of the Deal.
Art of the Deal, and it is. To get what you want, you got to give it a little bit. What they want.
It works a whole lot better when the council and the mayor get along and everybody's on the same page. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be for the good of the people of the city of Meridian.
You're correct. And we are certainly hoping that's going to be working for us this year. We've got 3 new people that are going to be on city council this year. 3. So we wish them luck. And Godspeed with your job that you have ahead of it. There's a lot of people that depend on you, not just the citizens of Meridian, but I want every one of you to remember it's the people in all of these communities, 6, 8 counties that
depend on Meridian.
Well, it's not just that, but what's one reason we got all the hotels down the interstate? Because we are a stopover for a lot of people traveling through.
That's right.
If we don't clean up Meridian, these people are going to say, I'll find another place to
Every time I pull off there, they bust a window out my car and get something. So,
So we've got people from all over the country that come through here and stop. This isn't just right here local.
I agree.
Countrywide.
Yeah,
we need to do.
I-20 has y'all. Each one of us have been on wreck scenes, and until you stand on the side of the road, I don't know if you truly understand how many people come through this town.
And it don't take that long to back it up.
That's right.
It's a heap of folks.
Now, so Shirley said, when will we find out the new chief? on the earliest will be the first meeting, and then that is if they are presented. He may appoint an intern. The council may deny his pick, or they may turn around and say, yes, we approve him. So
got to have
a lot
3
of
of
things
5,
that take
correct?
place. Got to have three or five yays to give someone that position. Now, and I think he's got 90 days if he appoints someone interim. He can stay there 90 days before he'll either have to step down or be brought up for approval. So we should know something about somebody on the 1st.
So it and names should be released. I think the day, probably the day before that.
Which
So
will be
the council,
Monday.
So the council will have time to kind of study
I'm
that.
sure
and look
they
at
probably know.
They got probably a good
Yeah.
understanding at this point of who's coming. I would think you would call ahead and let them know this is what I'm thinking.
So you can study.
Yeah, because it's very important.
Yep.
It does have. Somebody said I might need to wash my coffee cup. It splatters. My assistant washes it every day for me. She's all over it, bless her heart.
I rinse a coffee cup. I don't wash them.
She gets down there with soap. No. I have had bubbles in my coffee because.
Yeah, I want that flavor in there. Let me just rinse it off.
But after you, and this is, they change colors after a while.
Oh yeah.
And then you coffee drinkers, you'll know this. Your teeth start to look like that. I don't care how many times a day you brush
I
it.
brush them every day.
Coffee stains your teeth. I don't care what you do, how you do it. You'll have coffee teeth. When they go to get your what do you call those crowns? They'll try to match your other one.
Well,
they said, well, you need a decaf over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, let's don't forget about this little fella who is missing again up on David Newell Road. Let's get him back home if y'all happen to see him somewhere today. Nothing like your pet. I love mine to death. I know each one of us in this room, and so many of you do. They're part of your family, and you're lost without them. But, I had good news. Ellie actually made it up the staircase to the studio yesterday.
She touched the new floor?
She touched the new floor.
But this what gets me. She comes in here and she doesn't have a problem with the floor.
That staircase scared her to death. Shivered. Didn't bother Sophie. She's ready to go anywhere. Greg, have we forgotten anything?
Just please remind everybody from a safety, stay hydrated. It's hot, people. And, people say, well, you don't need to go outside from 11. Some folks ain't got a choice. I know a lot of people that would love to not go outside from 11 to 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
But please take breaks, find some shade, and stay hydrated. Water. And check on each other. Just because old Joe looked good yesterday, he may not today.
That's correct. So now, don't forget now, today and tomorrow are the final 2 days of the big shoe sale that's going on now at Meridian Footwear. Tomorrow, Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock, we'll do the big drawing, and of course, a big prize pack from your place.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They
television
got a
set,
different dinners from different places. Yeah. So, hey, on top of that, they got some really cool shoes, too.
$20, $30, and $40 specials right now as they'll be bringing in a whole new inventory beginning July 1st. It's got to go by tomorrow. And if you haven't bought some back-to-school shoes, whatever you do, they're a bargain, and they still got a big.
They are so cheap and just such a bargain. Odie bought some.
I bought
now
6
that ought to let you know how reasonable they are.
From a man who put a sock
I had bought
on a
6
windshield
pairs
wiper.
in my life. I bought 6 pair in one day.
Yeah, he ain't had 6 pair of shoes in his whole life.
I'd put 2 of them on and walk backwards because I hadn't seen that good a tread on shoes in a long time.
So check that out. Again, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we'll go live for the drawing tomorrow at 5.
Right.
Find out who wins that big prize pack. Go by and get you a bargain as you're at it. We need to do some birthdays, it looks like.
Birthdays, we got a few of them. Alicia Kate's got a birthday. Jeremy Pogue, if you're not on the ground, be safe while you're in there. He's
we appreciate what you
on the
do.
Helicopter, and thank you for what you do. He's also chief of Martin Fire Department.
Well, get out of here, Jeremy.
Regina Randall's got a birthday. Sean Savelle over at Bailey Fire Department. Steve Wilkerson's got a birthday, and Carl sends a special one out to old Lynn Smith having a birthday today. So Hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day today.
Yeah. Don't forget to drop in while you're down in that area there at Mathis Peaches. Boy, they got a bunch of stuff going on there.
Yellow meated watermelons, and I love them. I'm sorry. I love a yellow watermelon.
I ain't gonna lie, she helps me pick out my watermelon. She does the thumping for me.
Hey, I got a basket of peaches in there yesterday.
Did you?
And last night, man, I cut me about, 3 or 4 of them.
3 or 4 of them.
They good old homegrown Clark County peaches, and they are fine. But go by and visit, man. It's air conditioned. You just hang out in there a little while, look around. They got some good steaks, got some peas and butter beans and all kind of good stuff. You can leave there and come by and get you a Scotty Ray shirt with me, and everybody be just tickled pink.
You know, while we're on Clarkdale area, don't forget, if you're getting ready to fish, Clarkdale Super Ed is one of our big folks that help us out with that. And they got minnows and all that kind of stuff.
They got crickets, they got minnows, they got the hooks and bobbers and all that good stuff.
And if you're not real good at fishing, they can feed you too.
That's right. Tomorrow will be Friday. I think that's fish day. But they got good food. They got your Hunt Brothers Pizza. They got it going on now.
I always have a good time when we're in the Clarkdale community. I've got to go, as a matter of fact, this morning to Quitman. I've got to be there by 10:30. The governor is in town. Y'all know that?
No.
They got a big ribbon cut. 500 jobs is going to be added, roughly 500 jobs, as they're expanding their Howard Industries.
Oh, wow.
Big things happening for Clark County. We're looking forward to going down to this big event. And again, Clark County, y'all get ready. The governor is coming to town.
Go get RW. He's got a passport, so he can get into Clark County. Happy birthday to Mary Fally.
Well, I don't know about the casseroles. It's Casserole Thursday, so he's probably collecting today.
Yeah.
It's hotter weather.
You never know.
You got a Bible verse for us to get out on?
Well, let's see what we've got, because today the good Lord's going to take us to Matthew 5:6. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. No matter what we do, no matter what we've got going on in our life, if we put Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in our heart, live by His direction, start your day fresh with Him, we can live everlasting life, and we can live with peace because of the Prince of Peace, Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Don't blame others. It's all on your shoulders. You are the one to bear the burden of what goes on in your life. And start your life over every single day with Jesus Christ. Y'all have a wonderful day. Smile at someone. Make them feel good. Friday's coming. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And remember, we love you. Have a great day.